Alright guys, hello, hello. I'm just gonna give it a second here to make sure that you guys can see the stream alright. And, oh dear, I've just realised I've got my Teal is Life mod on at the moment. So, to kick things off today, we've got a game here and everybody is in Teal, just to confuse everyone. I totally forgot to take this off and I will fix it after this game. But yeah, it's been a little while, been a little bit busy recently, and I'm going to talk about that before we kind of get into this game. But before all of that, actually, we'll introduce the players, see who we've got. So down to the bottom left of the map in Teal, we've got Arch Koven playing as the Goth. Koven, yes, he's actually back, and it seems like he's playing quite a lot recently, which is really good to see him active and playing. His teammate up to the north of the map, sort of northwest of the map even, in Teal again, we have Slam playing as the Saracens. He is going to be Koven's teammate, both of them of course in the team Tyrant. Slam, very well known, and yeah, I don't need to give him an introduction really, he's just Slam. Over to the right of the map, well, the top God, the northeast of the map, I don't know why I didn't take this off. In Teal again, we've got Takion. I think this is a Japanese guy. I don't know the guys on the right of the map. I'm not sure who they are, to be honest with you. He's playing as the Goths up to the top there, and down to the very bottom of the map in the Teal again. We've got what you name playing as the Saracens. But yeah, you can see on the minimap they're not actually all teal. This guy's red. Up to the north of him we've got green. Koven is playing in grey, and Slam is playing in blue. But because I'm an idiot, I forgot to take my silly Teal is Life mod off. Everybody is Teal, which actually is going to save me a little bit of a headache, because those of you who watch the stream, or used to watch the stream fairly regularly, I would always call every player Teal. So just to save myself from embarrassing myself, I've just set them all to Teal anyway. I will remove this after this game. But yeah, I just wanted to say that, yeah, I've been away for a little while because I've been pretty busy recently. Busy with moving house, actually. We're moving, I think, about 80 miles, 60 miles maybe south. I don't know how far it is. But yeah, me and Hannah have been looking for houses and stuff. But we're back now for a week before we have to make the move. And then I'm going to be away for a little while longer again, because we have to get internet set up and get everything set up in our new flat. So I'm kind of going to be back a little while. I'm going to be very busy while I'm back, so I don't know how much video content I'll be able to make. But once we moved into the new flat and everything, we will be all good, and we will be yeah, ready to pump out some videos. I'm even going to have my own office, so I'm going to be able to like shut myself away, record for hours at a time, and it's going to be great. So yeah, I definitely ballsed up a little bit here. You're gonna have to bear with me. I've never cast a game with everyone being a Teal before, so I don't know. It's probably gonna be very difficult to see what's what and what's going on, but we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it as it happens. And I kind of want to keep a close eye on Koven here, because Koven is an absolute legend. You know, back in the day, he was undisputedly #1 for a period of time, and well, he's been away for a long while. He came back for Tyrant Wars 2, and he's still here, which is great. RD Champion, on the other hand, seemed to disappear entirely, which was rather disappointing. And you know, Koven, kind of don't want to give spoilers away, actually. Koven has been playing reasonably, I will say that much, but I kind of want to see how he stacks up in you know, in this kind of level of play. And now obviously he's got Slam on his team up here, in Teal obviously, and well, Slam may, I don't know, may carry this a little bit. I don't know. I mean, we'll have to wait and see what we see from Koven here, and I've got no idea what to expect from him. He's playing as the Goths though, so we could probably see a rush from him, and we'll have to wait and see, I guess. Slam up in the north, bringing in his second ball right now, a little bit further ahead of Koven at present, and well, it looks like Teal, what's his name, Red, what's your name, has got his second ball in. As for Takion up at the top, he's also got his second ball in as well, and we're near the 6:30 mark, so we'll see if a rush is coming in at all. I guess for the Saracens, probably, well, not necessarily going to see a drush, but it could happen. Slam has got 4 villagers on wood here, but look at that. He actually added in a second lumber camp already, so it's highly unlikely at this stage we'll see a barracks from him, and indeed it is 7 minutes, so not going to be the case. But Takion over here is going to do a drush, and of course it's playing as the Goths, so it does make sense to do that. A little bit of faster barracks creation speed and all that jazz makes it worthwhile for the Goths to do a bit of a drush, and if you can upgrade to men-at-arms as well, it's all good. So I do realise you guys probably got no idea what you're looking at the moment. The shadows of the villagers still kind of work the same. So you can see this is red. Even though he looks teal, when he's behind a building, he looks red. So it's so confusing. It really is, and I've only got myself to blame. But anyway, for what's your name, getting at his first militia or two now. Koven very, very slow in comparison, actually, only just getting his barracks up here, and you know that's a pretty large amount of time behind red. What's your name down at the south? He is probably gonna have to play this one pretty defensively. It's not too bad. I mean, his goal isn't really out in the open at the front, but it's not ideal with it being slightly above his TC, kind of open around this back or top side of his base. And obviously, with him having a later drush here, Koven probably going to be forced to defend a little. He's going to try and get this hell advantage though. May just get this villager, but I doubt it. What your name bringing over another villager now, and Koven going to have to run back. But he's delayed that house a little bit. Whether or not that's actually prevented what your name from making anything, nah, that's not the case at all. He was not housed for a second, so that's not really a problem. He was literally just walling up, and Koven's scout now out of position, gonna have to run back to base as what your name brings in his 3 militia with his scout, of course, looking for a villager pick. Now, oh yeah, I was gonna say at the start, I don't actually know the ratings of the guys on the right. I've got no idea at all, so we'll have to wait and see how they play, I guess. Tachyon at the front, or Tachyon, or whatever you want to call him, he is trying to do a drush on Slam as well, but Slam toward himself in pretty quickly, pretty nicely, getting those villagers to build those walls there, and they're safe for now. Obviously, they can very easily repair these palisade walls and such, so not really a problem for Slam here at all, and he's up to feudal, so we're going to be starting to pump out some archers fairly soon, I imagine. And indeed, archery range going to go down. Red, what's your name, is not actually harassing Koven that much. Koven's got, let's have a look, I think he's probably got 3 militia in his barracks now, but not actually sending them anywhere, but only just clicking up to the feudal age. He's actually not too slow, but definitely behind at this stage, I feel. Are they saying that? Well, your name isn't up yet, so maybe it's not too bad for him after all. It just depends what he does once he gets to feudal. You know, whether or not he's going to be able to do the fast castle here, if he's going to try and do that, or whether or not he will be able to put some feudal pressure on. Now, Koven's style of play at the moment seems very open. He's not walled himself in completely, and even if he does wall himself in, it's going to be a very big wall to do. Uh-oh, what's your name coming in on the left side? These guys here highlighted are the aggressors. Teal on Teal action, that's what we like to see. Looks like Koven gonna lose a villager. Really nasty in that wood line there. Koven's bringing his own militia in now, and God, we're not gonna have a clue which militia belongs to which player, but we'll just see the aftermath, I guess, of this. Looks like, oh man, Koven losing a second villager there, and that's really messy. And what I was saying before is that Koven's not going to be able to fully wall, so he's going to be trying to do some feudal pressure here, whereas what your name pretty much walled in at the front, looking fairly comfortable with that gold there, may decide to do a fast castle here, however, not taking advantage of these deer, which I feel is a big, big mistake. Should definitely be trying to do that. Meanwhile, Slam defending his base with some archers, and gonna push Tachyon away. That drush from Tachyon, absolutely useless, to be honest with you, so far. Not managing to get a single villager. Sure, it's wasted a little bit of wood, though, which probably doesn't account for the cost, or make up for the cost of these militia. And they're gonna get cut down by these archers from Slam. No problem whatsoever. Slam's got his 2 archery ranges up, Blacksmith going down, looking to get fletching fairly soon. Koven has, it seems, repelled this drush for now. What's your name still has his scout up, and Koven is up to feudal. What's your name up to feudal? I think everybody now is up to feudal, and interesting. Tachyon here putting up a tower to protect his gold over at the north of the map. I don't know what I think about that. I think probably, you know, a good decision, to be honest, because we know that Slam has the archers. In fact, they're coming over now, and he needs to defend that gold if he wants to deal with this. Looks like Techion, though, will be... I should be using my hotkeys. It's been so long since I cast a game. Should be, yeah, building those skirmishes just to defend. Obviously, that's going to be alright for now. If he's in a defensive position. Oh, Koven. Looks like Koven's going to lose another villager here if he's not careful. And that would be 3, which would be very nasty indeed. And it... Oh, man. Oh, man. I am a little bit disappointed in this. What's your name going to get away, it seems? Oh, no. Not paying enough attention there. Losing his scout. But for 3 villagers, Koven's down. And... well, it doesn't look like he's doing a whole lot at the moment. He's not got that archery range up. And in fact, he's seeding a lot of farms here. And I'm surprised, you know. It looks like he may... go for the fast castle here, because he's not adding in an archery range, he's not adding in any military production at all in feudal here, but he's wide open, and it's a little bit concerning. It's a little bit concerning indeed. We've got What's Your Name, though, going up to a castle now. You can see he's quite a bit faster here. You know, he did wall himself up, so we kind of expected he would go for the castle age, but he's already up already. And Koven, well, he's not up, and he's not making any military, so his castle time's going to be poor. He's not going to be pressuring red at all during his transition to the castle age, and you know, I feel a little bit like Slam here, going to have to make ends meet, bringing these archers into Techion's base. We cannot see who is who or what is what, because I'm a fool and didn't take this patch off, but he may get a few villager picks. Obviously, Techion here adding in the skirmishers, so should be able to do a little bit of damage at least, but definitely outnumbered, and that's going to give him a little bit of a hard time defending here. Obviously, Slam going to be quick to reinforce, even building a watchtower on the front to prevent Techion from really busting out easily. I'm not sure what I think about that. Slam will definitely want to wall around it. Indeed he will, and in fact, just in range of these villagers as well, so that's going to be a real pain in the neck. Obviously, for Techion, he's not actually making archers, but he will want to do that transition fairly soon, because obviously skirmishes alone are going to cost a hell of a lot, and that's just nasty. I'm just going to turn the volume down slightly here. It's a little bit loud. Maybe that's a little bit too quiet now. Up slightly. There we go. Techion adding in some stone miners at the back here, though. Second watchtower going up there, and he's a little bit concerned now. You know, when you see players starting to mine a lot of stone, you know that they're probably going to be in a little bit of a disadvantageous position. You know, they're going to be investing quite a lot of villager time into mining it, putting up those defenses, which, you know, is definitely not as effective as being in your opponent's base and picking off villagers like Slam is doing here. So, Techion, in a bit of a messy situation, probably going to see a watchtower coming up in this wood line fairly soon, because there's absolutely nothing stopping Slam really just, you know, going through here and getting into that wood line, picking off all of these villagers. Could do that pretty comfortably. And of course, Slam with fantastic micro as well. In fact, opting to go with the +1 defense before the Bodkin hour upgrade. And that, of course, will just allow him to take an extra skirmisher shot, which is kind of a big deal, actually, at this stage. And I imagine we'll see Slam going for Bodkin arrow fairly soon once he gets the gold in. Obviously, you know, very, very gold-intensive kind of strategy to go for with the archers. Now, a little bit concerned, as I say, for Koven here. He's just walling up the front of his base. A little bit slow to do so, because What's Your Name is coming over with these crossbows now. Fletching is done, and, well, 5 crossbows is that? Yeah, he's going to be taking villagers down very quickly. I think that's going to be 2 or 3 volleys with these crossbows, and these villagers are going to get taken down. Obviously, Koven not walling up at all yet, and it's a little bit bad to see that happening. It looks like it will be 3 volleys to take these villagers down, but yeah, that's painful. He's lost 4 villagers so far, and this one here, 2 HP. Will it get taken down? Oh no, just getting inside. But What's Your Name doesn't have ballistics yet, so kind of expected. Oh man, wow, Slam in that woodline there, called it. But Techion did get the tower up, so he's able to defend a little bit, and Slam actually loses quite a few archers over here. It's really difficult to see who is who. But yeah, Slam's the archers, and Techion is the skirmishers. But Slam's everywhere, you know. He's hitting him at the top, he's hitting him at the bottom, and Techion just, I don't think he can put up with too much of this. He's forced off of gold now as well, which is never a good thing. But I think Oh no, never mind. I was going to say I think he may have gone up to castle really riskily, but it seems like he's not. He's running low on food. In fact, 6 villagers queued up. Slam's walking all over this guy, but at the same time, What's Your Name is giving Koven a difficult time. Instead of the 5th or 6th villager going down now, I don't know. But these 4 crossbows are wreaking absolute havoc, or on Koven here. Koven, I just don't think he's equipped to deal with this, and that's a little bit saddening at the same time, But hey, I'm sure if he keeps practicing, if he keeps playing, he can definitely bring himself up to former standard. Obviously, former standard though, while we're on that point, AOC of 10 years ago is so different to AOC of today. I casted a few games in the past of games from 2002, 2003, maybe a little bit later, but you saw just in those games how different it was, and obviously nowadays I think even a 1700 would have given a top player back in 2000 a good run for their money. Obviously strategy changes a lot over time, and definitely faster castle times has become a thing much more recently. Well, I say much more recently, in the game's lifespan it's kind of recent, last 4 years perhaps, much faster castle times than previous to that, where you'd see a lot more drawn out long feudal wars, and I think just because the players would enjoy it more. Who knows? But yeah, Koven looking pretty defensive, putting up more towers. What's Your Name just sending those crossbows over, and I think the biggest mistake Koven's making here is the lack of military. He still doesn't even have a stable or an archery range. What is he spending that gold on? That's the question. He's got 300 in the bank, and well, at the moment there is no gold expenditure from Koven at all. Losing another villager there. Really horrible stuff to watch there. Meanwhile, Slam just continuing to tower up back here, continuing to bust his way through with these archers, and Tachyon is in a very similar situation to Koven here, though he does even have more score. A little bit concerning, but Slam definitely doing a good job. Not got Bodkin arrow yet, actually. That's interesting. I thought he would have gone for that sooner. He could go for it right about now. Definitely, I think, going to go for that very soon. We'll see in just a second. Castle Age is on the way, and these archery ranges continuing to pump out the archers. So, although Slam quite a slow castle time in comparison to What Your Name, he's not really bothered by that at the moment, really. He's still got his opponent on lockdown. He's going to have those crossbows up very soon, and he's got a really good mass of archers up now as well. I don't know how many exactly, but I mean, that's going to be at least 25, 30, nearly, and more coming out. So we'll see another archery range coming in very soon. Crossbow coming in for Slam now, and of course Bodkin arrow. Of course, he never got Bodkin arrow before. He was in the feudal age. What a fool! What am I on about? Yeah, of course. Going for Bodkin arrow as soon as he gets to castle. Man, it's been a long while since I cast the game. What's Your Name though? Heading up now to Slam. This is what I was just saying a second ago. He's not really been too concerned about being in feudal age for a long while, because What's Your Name has not been bothering him. But now, crossbows coming over to Slam. He is walled up, fortunately, but with crossbows on the field with +2, it doesn't take long to take down a palisade. And What's Your Name could just come in here, take that palisade down very quickly, and maybe get a couple of villager kills on Slam here, which is definitely going to, hurt his economy a little bit. But I don't know, Slam is really far ahead at this stage, and a little bit of economy beating wouldn't be the end of the world for him. Meanwhile, Koven getting out a Mangonel back here. What's Your Name still giving him a tough time. More villagers getting picked off over and over, and it's really nasty to see. Koven still on the 2 TCs, still being harassed by these crossbows behind this wood line, still being taken down by the crossbows back here. And What's Your Name up to 3 TCs now, just adding in some occasional crossbows, but switching into stables here. Looks like he's going to go for some knights and really just capitalize on the fact that Koven is open. And of course, Koven adding in Mangonels. So Knights definitely going to be a good counter to that. Definitely worthwhile. What's Your Name? Getting into Slam space here. 1, 2, 3, 4 potential deaths. I say potential because that could have been crossbow deaths there. I don't know. I could see 2 villagers here from Slam going down. But yeah, not a whole lot of damage from What's Your Name. And meanwhile, Slam is still causing trouble. And yeah, that is a sign of problems. Techion running to the corner of the map. I think he's still feudal actually. Oh no, he has gone up to castle now. Good stuff indeed. But no military really, so to speak of. And with only one archery range, he's never going to get himself into the running here comfortably. From Slam. I mean, he's just not. He needs something to do a lot of damage, and that something needs to be a Mangonel at this stage, or perhaps, you know, some elite skirmishers or something like that, but he's not doing anything at all. Sitting here with all these resources in the bank, not spending them, and just investing in towers, really, which is, again, a little bit concerning. Looks like Techion may be going for a castle. He's got 600 stone in the bank, so a castle, maybe. But then if he does do a castle, it's only going to force Koven, not Koven, Slam even, to go to what you name's base and cause trouble there. Slam getting a big multi-kill on these crossbows over this side, managing to defend nicely, and what you name wiped off of the map, really. He's got not a lot of military left at all. I thought he'd be switching into knights, and yeah, there's a few knights sitting back at home. Not sent them out yet, and actually they're fully unupgraded. Fully unupgraded. What am I on about? Completely unupgraded. Which is, you know, not good at this stage. If Slam's got this many crossbows out, you know, he's going to have a good mass. Not a good idea to send unupgraded knights against that. They will die very quickly. And, you know, with the +2 attack done, and, well, maybe +2 armor very soon, Slam will have an easy time dealing with knights indeed. So I think Slam really just, as I say, holding Koven up at the moment. But Koven, it looks like he's up to the 3 TCs. His boom doesn't seem too bad, in fact going up to 4. But the lack of military is a little concerning still. Looks like we'll see a castle from Koven any minute now. You know, perhaps on the front, maybe going to protect that gold a little bit out here. It is in the open, but there's not really any hills to put it on, so that's not too much of a problem. And wow, absolute attack of the wolves there on Slam. 4 wolves coming in. What's that about? Guy's got a vendetta. Just trying to balance things out a bit, I feel. Oh yeah, there we go, look at that. Techion getting up his castle now. Maybe he will be able to take some stone after all. Not some stone, some gold even. And getting out some Huskars here as well. May be able to deal a little bit more with these crossbows that are coming in from Slam. And here's some knights coming in from What's Your Name. Still pretty unupgraded. I mean, he's only got +1 defense. Slam, though, probably going to see them. He is outnumbered. So, going to have a tough time now, due to the fact these knights just simply outnumber him so heavily. But look at that, the knight is still going down pretty quick. Slam going to have to retreat away, maybe going to put himself in this corner here. We'll see. He's going to try and micro it out and bring some more crossbows up to the hill here to get the attack advantage. If he wins this battle, this is going to be pretty impressive on Slam's behalf. I can't see it happening, to be honest. But even so, Slam doing quite a bit of damage regardless, as Techion continue, not Techion, What's Your Name even, continues to clean these crossbows up. I think the problem for Slam now is just completely outnumbered, really. The knights are pretty strong, of course. Although they didn't have many upgrades, they just had safety in numbers, and you know, if What's Your Name had done +2 defense at that stage, you know, he would have had a much better time dealing with those crossbows. They got away with a little bit too much, in my opinion. I'm still confused at what Koven is exactly doing here. Starting to add this castle in now, and indeed, yeah, he's going to put it in here to protect this gold. But he's just got no military presence on the map at all, really, and that is kind of worrying. You know, it's alright playing defensive for a while, but the lack of military presence means the lack of map control, and when you're, you know, giving that map control away, it's not nice, because you find yourself in this position where you're just getting raided from all angles, and you're losing villagers left, right, and centre. What's Your Name? Just moving these crossbows out of the way in time, and gonna have a tough time microing against 2 Mangonels, and uh-oh. He's pinned himself into the corner here, which is very, very unfortunate for him. He's going to have a tough time getting out of there, I'll tell you that much. Koven, is he attacking ground? I don't know. It looks like he may be doing that. If What's Your Name manages to get out of this, I will be impressed. What's Your Name coming in with a couple of knights? He's just got to move his archers back and forth because Koven's not hitting them at the moment. No attack ground from him, and the knight's going to come in, and wow, the Mangonel's just getting flattened at the cost of 2 crossbowmen. That is really not too good for Koven here. Koven was trying to put up another castle at the south, but not going to get that one up, and he's adding in some Huskarls. But of course we know Knights definitely going to be better than Huskarls in this situation, and Koven just defending, only just getting out some Huskarls now, but look at those resources. Man, it's a little bit painful. 1,700 got wood in the bank, 1,000 food, and almost 1,000 gold. He's going Imperial, but look at this. Why go Imperial when you've got you know, Knights raiding your eco? He's even got some light cavalry in here, and what you name, even just completing bloodlines now, so definitely going to be able to do good raiding, and Koven's just wide open to it. Really nothing to defend at all, and I don't know what is going on here. But Slam starting to add in some Mamelukes, some Knights as well. I think Slam's probably going to be up to Imperial now as well. No, he's not actually. What is going on here? I suppose really Slam's been putting in a lot of military pressure onto Tekion, because it kind of wasn't watching up here all that much. He's been building some Mamelukes as well, so kind of costly along with the Knights. But yeah, Koven needs his help, and Slam is on his way over. Fortunately, he's on his way over, but how many villagers has Koven lost? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I don't know, 12 villagers or so just here alone. Not forgetting all of those villagers early on. It's kind of sad to see, but Mamelukes coming in, saving the day by the looks of things. And Slam gonna give some protection to Koven for now, whilst What Your Name just sets his sights on Slam for the time being, looking to perhaps get some villager picks over here. Now the thing with the Saracens, if they're going for Mamelukes, if you can prevent those castles from going up, if you can stop them from getting a good amount of castles, you can stop your inevitable doom. Problem with Mamelukes is they're just so strong once they get fully upgraded. Castle Age Mameluke, it's okay, but once they get Imperial Age and once they get that elite upgrade and all of the relevant upgrades as well, Mamelukes just become so deadly, especially against a Goth player and even another Saracen player, in fact. You know, against Goths, the Goths' main strength is obviously infantry. Mamelukes just going to cut through that, they're going to shred through that. They're great at killing melee units because they are ranged and they do melee damage, which is kind of unique. So the Mamelukes is fantastic against the Goths, but also the Saracens great against other Saracens if they have the advantage in tech. So for instance, a Saracen with Siege Onager is going to absolutely dominate a Saracens without Siege Onager, because if the other guy is massing the Mamelukes, you just bring your Siege Onager out and their Mamelukes are just gone, you know. So Slam in a really good position here. He's up against the Goth in the north and going to have a decent time against him. Obviously, as I said, with those advantages. And then, of course, if he sets his sights on the other Saracen, as long as he's got a good mass of Mamelukes and maybe the Siege Onager upgrade, then going to have an easy time. Question is Koven going to kind of pull it together now he's Imperial? I don't know. It looks like he's going for, you know, really heavy infantry, which is very expected for a Goth player, of course. But what infantry is he going to go for? Is he going to go for Huskarls, or will he go for champions, or maybe even just halberdier? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It just seems like he's really on the fence about actually queuing any military units. These castles just idle, the barracks idle. He's got the resources to spend, but he's sticking it all in technology, and he's sticking it all in villagers and eco, and he's lost a lot because of it. You know, he's lost a lot. There we go. He has got a few Huskarls out, and actually getting a couple of picks. Get a little bit of revenge killing over here on the right hand side. But What Your Name coming in now with these camels and knights. Interesting that he went for camels here. I don't really agree with that decision at all. I feel like the camels are really a complete waste, to be honest with you. But for now, going to be able to do a little bit of damage to these Huskarls, add to his army at least. And What Your Name going to clean that up. Koven, loss after loss after loss, it seems so far. Which is a little bit sad. He's got so much wood, though, sorry, wood, so much food, so much gold though, and we're just kind of waiting for those military units to come pouring out. He's definitely got some financial backing. He's just not going for it at the moment, which is a little bit concerning. Slam, though, definitely going down the Mameluke route. He is up to Imperial 97%, so he's going to be there in just a sec. I imagine we'll see the Elite Mameluke coming in very quickly, as well as those infantry attack upgrades and archer defense upgrades. So Slam waiting to do the work. He does need a little bit of siege, but there's the Elite Mameluke upgrade. Trebuchet is coming straight out as well, just to deal with these castles, and he's definitely got the leg up on his opponent, who is still castle, and that is the worst thing. If you've not even clicked up to Imperial, and your opponent is Imperial with Trebs coming out, you can guarantee you're gonna lose quite a few castles. Interesting strat from Techion here though. Actually, it's starting to mass up some petards. He's going for the mass petard rush, and he's going to try and petard this castle down. Interesting decision. Whether or not that's going to pay off, we'll have to see. Slam's already done the Elite Mameluke upgrade though, so he's not going to stop any crucial technologies from being completed. And Techion's on his way over. Battering rams coming out, and he's going to try and rush this castle down. Whether or not that's going to work, well, we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, Mameluke's going to deal with the battering rams easily, very quickly. And with Trebuchets out as well, Slam's just going to deal with this castle, no problem whatsoever. A little bit of tactical housing coming up here as well. Slam trying to prevent these units from getting in and attacking his Trebs, kind of working so far. And Slam's managing to defend. There's the petards, they're coming out, but they're going for the wrong castle by the looks of things. Techion coming out with those there. The petard's going to rush this castle down, but the castle will probably still stand. It's so close, but Slam is repairing it with 4 villagers, or 3 now. Castle going to stand for the time being, and Techion trying to take the second castle from Slam down with the battering rams. In my opinion, if he'd have just petarded this castle, maybe he would have got it down, but Slam dealing with Techion's army in a matter of seconds. And, well, look at that. His rams going down as well. Slam now can just put up another castle on the hill and continue to push forward. Techion losing everything he's got at this stage. And, what did I say? Slam had that one in the bag. Elite Mameluke is, done. He's got the +4 defense now as well. So beefing up them and the knights a little bit also. And just going to keep getting those upgrades as those resources come in. And, well, Slam's just going to steamroll over there now. Now, what else is going on over here? What's that? Koven starting to go with the Elite Huskarls. He's got the +4 attack. He's got +2 defense. He's nearly fully upgraded, and going to be making that push fairly soon. Whether or not that's going to pay off, I don't know. I don't think it is. It's looking pretty concerning. Obviously, Techion here's got the Elite Mamelukes done now. He's got Hussars in the mix as well, +4 defense. And we're just waiting on those extra upgrades. But yeah, the Mamelukes here from what you name, gonna absolutely destroy this army of Huskarls. It's difficult in the position of the Goths to really do the damage here. Maybe hand cannons would be a good choice in this position. Hand cannons, reasonable range. Of course, they're going to outrange anything that what you name has. And as a bonus to that as well, they're going to do a lot of damage output. They're not going to get a attack bonus. Obviously, attacking against cavalry is not something that the gunpowder units get a bonus against, but they've still got a really high base damage. So to get a few hand cannons out now, I think would be a good decision. And Koven has got so many resources. He's got like 1,500 food, 1,500 gold. He could pump out what's that, like 150 is it 150? I don't know. Well, it's like 150. No, not 150. I can't do maths. What's wrong with me? He could pump out a lot of hand cannons, basically. Man, Koven's coming in. And he's going to lose these Trebs by the looks of things. It's so hard to see what's going on. He's got his Elite Huskarls here, losing 1 Treb to the Hussars alone. And actually, I'm surprised, but what you name may just lose this castle. It could happen, but he's got those villagers repairing it, so perhaps unlikely at this stage. And, well, just focusing down those Trebs with the Hussars there. Where did what you name's army go? Ah, it's down here. So he's may get back in time to save the castle. Looks like if the Huskarls start beating on it as well, they may be able to do it. But Koven's army here, really not the strongest. It's coming in dribs and drabs. He's got a few up in the north, a few coming in from the west. But this castle looks like it's standing just fine for now. Will that castle go down? We'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, though, Slam absolutely dominating up here, as I say. Tachyon did get the Imperial Age upgrade. He has rebuilt right in the corner of the map. But Slam, with this many Mamelukes, I mean, he's just laughing at this stage. I mean, he is untouchable unless we get that Siege Onager, which we're not going to see. Green, Tachyon resigns. The castle from What You Name still standing at this stage. Koven losing those Trebs. But the problem now is that What You Name has no ally, and Slam is eventually going to make his way over there. In fact, he's already there. Oh, that wasn't even Slam, that was Koven. My bad. A little bit of raiding in the back, and What You Name just not going to stand a chance in a 2v1. And yeah, I kind of feel for Tachyon a little bit here. He was against Slam. Slam, of course, just one of the best players at the moment. Definitely, you know, top 10 player. And I don't know Tachyon's rating. I don't really know who he is, but against Slam, you're going to have a tough time, and that's kind of where this game fell apart, because What You Name did a pretty good job against Koven. Koven lost a lot of eco. I feel like What You Name probably could have done a little bit more pressure onto Koven. He did have quite a few knights just sitting outside of his base for a long while, not doing anything at all. He could have been raiding with those, could have been hurting Koven's economy even more. But yeah, Koven lost a lot of villagers, and he was really put down. Kind of came through a little bit at the end, but wasn't able to break these castles. But that's again kind of expected. Goths versus Saracens. If the Saracens get the Elite Mameluke upgrade, you're going to have a tough time. And yeah, Slam's team, Slam, Koven, obviously taking that one. I'm going to remove the Teal mod now, though, and get rid of that altogether so we can actually see what is going on for real. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to come out this game, get a new one going in just a sec, and I will be right back.